I'm always a glass half full person, and in the lead up to the NDIS, I kept a very close eye on the trial sites. I was involved in transition planning with the New South Wales government, and so when I entered into what I thought was a well-designed planning process for my first plan, I had a preliminary meeting. I was told that after this preliminary meeting, I'd be meeting an NDIS planner to talk further about the plan and provide detail. And to my utter shock, about 6 weeks later, without any other further consultation, without detailed information, my plan turned up in the post. So the only thing that was really dealt with well was my core supports, because I'd already been funded in that. But all the other areas that I'd wanted to put in for my goals and ambitions, none of that information was there, and it wasn't reflected in the plan. For the second plan, I made contact with my local Spinal Cord Injury associations. I was able to use their online documentation, but more importantly, I liaised with both my plan manager and my support planner to look over drafts of my response to the NDIS for the second plan. And I was made aware of areas that I hadn't even considered, because all I was really concerned about early on was making sure my core supports were covered, to make sure I could at least get in and out of bed, and not really thinking about what those larger goals were that I was trying to achieve. So once we'd had those conversations, I was made aware. I included 2 new areas, one around wellbeing, and a much more extensive understanding around social participation and what that could mean for me. So my advice to everybody with a spinal cord injury is start preparing early. Sure, use the online resources that your spinal cord injury associations provide to you, but make direct contact with them. Talk to your plan manager, talk to your support planner, or talk to those organisations about the types of services that they can provide to input on your NDIS plan. So for example, equipment. It's no good just to say that you want X wheelchair or Y commode. You've got to go through an OT assessment, you've got to have detailed documentation prepared, and that's got to be submitted to the NDIS. So prepare early, make sure that you know what services can be provided, and make use of those services in doing your plan preparation. Once you've got your plan, it's about living. And when the plan does what it's supposed to do, you've got more resources to achieve what you want to achieve. So for me, over the past 12 months, I'm in my 50s now, it's about taking care of yourself a bit more, doing a bit more exercise, having that scheduled into a busy work week, and making sure that you don't have to hang around to have social experiences that you can just go out and do now because you've been resourced to do whatever it happens to be that you want to do. With myself, getting out on a boat, doing some theatre, and really do what you want to do.